Hare Krishna, Jai Mata Kali, Jai Mata Di. So, first of all, I would like to say that we all are very lucky to have an opportunity like this, and today we all are going to discuss on one of the important topic, and the name of the topic is very interesting. Who is good and who is bad? How can we people decide that the frontier is either good or bad? Okay, so because of the help of my Gurudev, you all, my respected mother and father, Mataji. So, under the guidance of you all and all my respected personality, so today I am going to say, because all those things that I learned from you all and I learned from my Gurudev, I learned from my mother and father, that I am exchanging with you all. Just try to understand one of the important thing that just sometime it happens with we all. How can we decide, how can we judge the frontier is either good or bad? It is very simple, okay, but need to understand. Let us suppose the question is that if you see the peoples are coming in front of you, so it is not possible to judge the frontier in a short span, because आप छोटे से समय में you can't identify, you can't judge other. For that, because in the holy book Ramayana, Baba Goswami Tulsidas is saying, Baba Goswami Tulsidas is saying, बिनु गुण प्रतीति प्रीत नहीं. Okay, जब तक आप until and unless when you people will not give time to that particular person, you will not able to identify or judge the frontier. For that, you will have to spend some time with him. After that, you will be able to identify or judge. Okay. Now, one of the moral of this video is why need to judge other. Okay. The first question raised there was that how can we identify the frontier is either good or bad? Now, the another question that I am inserting, why we people are going to judge the other, not need to do that. Okay, so there are two questions here, and we people are going to discuss, we people are going to analyze, we people are going to contemplate on this particular two topic. Are you getting my point? What I am saying, it is very simple. Try to understand. Let us suppose I am saying you know there are two terms in our life. The first is complexity and the second is simplicity. Sometimes our lives become very complex, so that just we people starts reducing the complexity, and after some time just we feel start nahi, now I am feeling very simple, there is no any tension, there is no any stress on me. So there are such type of things, means every people, that does not matter either girl or boy, every person wants to reduce his complexity. Okay, सभी चाहते हैं कि मेरे माथे पे जो प्रेशर from which just the frontier is suffering, just people think about that, no yeah, when such type of thing will go from here. So there are two topics here. The first one is how can we identify. Now I am injured, this is your question, you people can ask this question from me or from anybody, from your mother, father, from anyone. The question was that how can we judge the frontier? But from our side, from my experience that I learned from Katha, Puran, Gurudev, from spiritual life that I am sharing in front of you all, why we people are going to judge other? Not need to do that. Okay. Sometimes because we all are educated here, so we people can understand the things very easily. Let us suppose while solving the mathematics, sometimes it's our solution becomes very complex. Okay, so instead of putting 7.88, just two people start putting 8 directly, because just we are going to round the 7.88 to 8. So life is similarly as like the round figure. Okay, sometimes it happens just we people should assume the things in a very prestigious manner. Okay, are you understanding what I am saying? And I hope you people are getting why what I am saying. समझने की चीजें, आपका प्रश्न था, लोगों के प्रश्न थे कि हाउ कैन वी डिसाइड द फ्रंटियर इज आइदर गुड और बैड. But from my side, I am inserting one thing here. I would like to add up one thing here. Why we need to judge other? कोई जरूरत नहीं है जज करने की. Okay. We know people starts thinking like that. How can I judge other? It means directly or indirectly you are judging yourself. You are judging yourself. So not need to do that. उसको करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. Okay. Unnecessary just we people are going to make our life very complex. Okay, why just you are increasing your burden? Not need to do that. It was unnecessary and unwanted things. Okay, so there are some people who are very intelligent, who are very spiritual. So such type of person always used to think like that. Why need to identify other? Why need to? Okay, so there is two things. Let us suppose if you are saying that not need to judge other, it means judge means what? Means before talking with him, before doing something with him, before starts any conversation with him, just two people starts thinking about that either the frontier is good or bad. Okay, but now I am saying not need to do that. It means that if you are not going to judge anyone, if you are not going to identify anyone, if you are not going to learn anything from the other, so just try to understand it. It means directly or indirectly you are going to believe in that particular person. Okay, you are going to believe in that particular person. It means आप सीधा सीधा कह रहे हैं कि मैं आपको जज नहीं करूंगा, अब मैं दो चीज में कुछ अच्छा मान लूंगा. कोई दो चीजें, देयर आर टू ऑप्शन हियर. The first one is definitely you will guess that now the frontier is very good and well person. And the second thing that just people starts thinking like that, no, the frontier is not like me. It's mean there is two options. Just you people starts thinking like that, either the frontier will be good or either the frontier will be bad. Okay, but I want to say that out of these two options, just we people should think about only one thing. From our side, always we should think about that the frontier is always good. From our side, our hope should be, our belief, always we should believe on the others. And definitely if they are, अगर वो धोखेबाज है, अगर वो frontier अच्छा व्यक्ति नहीं है, तो definitely it is his matter. Don't need to worry about that. Okay, definitely he will have to pay for that. So means I am not talking about other. We people are talking about ourselves. Okay, हम सब यहाँ पर बात कर रहे हैं अपने बारे में. We are not talking about others, what other will think. That just I am just going to aware you all from one of the important things. How can you make your life very successful? How can you make your life very pure? How can you make your life stress free? Okay, you know, when we people starts judging other directly or indirectly, we people just is increased our stress. Okay, let us suppose definitely I give an example that instead of using 7.88, we people used 8. Why? Because 7.88 is going to make a solution very complex. So instead of using that, just we people are using 8. So sometimes while judging the people who is something less, who is something more, and a person who is very cute, and a person who is very good, a person who is very bad, So if from our side, when we people starts thinking like that, no, that does not matter. Either the frontier is good or bad. From our side, always I will think that the frontier is good, because in the holy book Ramayana, Baba Goswami Tulsidas is saying, ईश्वर अंश जीव अविनाशी चेतन अमल सहज सुख राशि. We all are the. Now you can ask one thing also. You could ask, but this is not a live session, so you people are not able to ask anything from me. So it is my responsibility that I will say something on that particular thing. Don't worry. It means now I am telling why I said that from our side always we should think something good for the other. Okay, because of this दोहा, ये जो दोहा दिया हुआ है किसमें, रामचरित्र मानस में. Baba Goswami Tulsidas is saying here, not need to identify any other. Just we people should think that the frontier is always will be always good. Not need to check them. क्यों check करना? क्यों check करना? Because in the holy book before starts writing Sri Ramayan, Baba Goswami Tulsidas is saying sadhu asadu means sadhu is a good personality. Asadu means who is basically the 180-degree phase shift of what? Sadhu. Asadu means a person who is doing the non-tax thing, basically the opposite of sadhu. So there are the difference between sadhu and sadhu. But despite that, Baba Goswami Tulsidas is saying something before making a entry in the Ramayana. He is saying one thing: sadhu asadu sant jan sabko kiye. It means before starting anything, just we people should think that everyone, this entire world is very good and will not need to say that the frontier is bad. Okay. Now I am not saying that frontier will be always good, because this is Kalyug, and in the Kalyug there are bhati bhati ke log हैं. भगवान तेरी दुनिया में भांति भांति के लोग. So there are different type of peoples who are residing in our surrounding. But despite that, I am saying instead of thinking like that he is bad personality, when we people starts thinking that no, the frontier is basically good. From me he is good because उसने मेरा कुछ बिगाड़ा नहीं, so मेरी साइड से good. Now I'm not saying he is good. Sometimes it happens. There are many people who are bad, so we can't say anything about that. But from our side, when we people starts thinking no, everyone is good, so definitely, directly or indirectly, your heart will be pure, your soul will be pure. So I am talking about you. I am not talking about it. It means if I am making a video on this particular topic, so definitely you people, when you people will hear this video, so definitely you will find one thing directly. I am definitely there are many subscribers and who will receive this video. So but from one side, the conversation is basically happening from one side here, because you people are not able to say anything because this is not a live session. So definitely when you people will hear this video, so definitely will find that I am talking with you. Okay, every person who is hearing me, so definitely I am saying something for you. Okay, particularly for you all, individually for you all. So just try to understand, I am if I am saying something for your safety. Okay, so when we people starts thinking like that, no one is bad here. So from my side, always we people should focus on one thing. Always we should give the priority to one thing, that why I will think the frontier is either good or bad. Always from our side, we should think about that no one is bad here, because we all are the child of God. We all are the child of God. So it is not our responsibility, it is not our right to say anything about the other. So when you people starts thinking will and good for the others, when you people starts thinking best for the others, so definitely the frontier will starts doing good for you. जब आप किसी के लिए अच्छा सोचना शुरू कर देते हैं, तो ये ऑटोमेटिक, ये कहते हैं ना कि न्यूटन बाबा ने 3 लॉ दिए, फर्स्ट सेकेंड एंड थर्ड, बट फोर्थ देना वो भूल गए। फोर्थ मैं दे रहा हूँ। फोर्थ लॉ ऑफ न्यूटन, फोर्थ लॉ ऑफ श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण, फोर्थ लॉ ऑफ रामायण ये कहती है कि when people starts thinking something good for the others, definitely after time the frontier will be also starts thinking very well as like you. So it is basically the transmission of wave between two particular person. Okay, let us suppose now I'm telling, if I am saying something in front of you all, if I am talking with you all in the very respective manner, so definitely you people will not abuse me, as I guess. Okay, so what type of behavior, just people in what way people are behaving with you, that depends on in what way you were behaving with the people. Okay, so जैसा हम कहते हैं करते हैं वैसा हमें मिलता है, so not need to do that. Okay, बस फोकस हमें क्या करना है। ओके, व्हाट वी शुड डू, हमें करना क्या चाहिए। सो जस्ट ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड वी ऑलवेज कीप वन थिंग इन आवर माइंड, दैट ऑलवेज वी शुड फिक्स्ड ऑन वन थिंग, no one is bad for me here, everyone is very good, and we are not, no anyone gives right to me to say anything about the other. Okay, because in a short span of time we people are not able to judge other. Okay, because we all are the child of God. In the holy book Ramayana, Baba Goswami is saying Ishwar ans Jeev Abhinasi, means directly or indirectly, more or less, but we all are the part of God. Okay, everyone is expert in his life. Okay, किसी ना किसी क्षेत्र में, इन एनी फील्ड ऑफ लाइफ में भी सबके सब एक्सपर्ट है। कोई भगवान की बनाई इस सृष्टि में कोई भी कम नहीं है, because God made this world, and so we people can't claim anything. We people can't blame others. So directly or indirectly we are blaming others. So definitely time is not same. Definitely time will come again. It means, let us suppose sometime it happens, maybe in future you will be found in such type of circumstances. So instead of claiming other, just we people should start, which at least we should appreciate that, instead of उसकी निंदा चुगली उसको कुछ गलत बोलने से अच्छा है कि just we people should try to advise that particular person. Just it is in these days basically all those things are happening that are opposite. Okay, so instead of doing that, always we should think something good for the other. And just motive of the story was that we were just reducing the complexity of our life. So not need to judge anyone. If you are going to judge anyone, just you will start thinking like that, इसमें ये अच्छा है, इसमें ये बुरा है, you will start thinking about that. So from our side, always we should think that no, that does not matter, the whatever the frontier is, that does not matter for me. Always हमारे लिए एक चीज, I care only for one thing, that the frontier is a personality, frontier is a person who is the child of God. So our side we should think that कि अगर वो उसने को भगवान ने बनाया है तो उसमें भी कोई ना कोई there is some beauty in him also. So not need to say that he is very bad person, he is worst. Okay, no one is worst here, because we all are the child of, everyone is the child of God. So more or less, but the good thing is always resides in everyone, but it may be different, but it resides in everyone. So we people can't say that I am best, okay, and he is worst. No, everyone is best in his life, in his field. So we people can't say anything about that. If I am saying not need to judge, the motive was that just I was reducing your complexity. My life was very complex before 2 or 3 years ago. Definitely, from my experience, I have seen, and many times I have already told you in front of you, all my dear and near ones, my respected. Because of Katha, I felt many changes in myself. That's why it becomes possible for me to say something about religious things in front of you all, a very intelligent personality. मेरी क्या औकात कि मैं आप लोग के सामने कुछ कहूँ, but it became possible only because of you all, आप सबके आशीर्वाद से. And definitely, when I feel I have a time, so I will say something on the particular topic. What is the meaning of satsang and what is the importance of satsang in his life? And as I think, as I guess, definitely next video will be on the topic what is the meaning of satsang, what is the importance of satsang in our life. So जब से मैंने सत्संग किया, सत्संग करने का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि ढोल ढमाका बजाओ सीताराम सीताराम करिए, ये भी करना चाहिए, इट इज़ नॉट बैड। सत्संग का मतलब किसी के सानिध्य में आना। बिफोर 4 years ago I was the same people who was saying that yeah, definitely for a more or less, definitely directly or indirectly, many times I used to make our lives very stressful. But when satsang enters in my life, so definitely I feel very changes. Okay, now my direction was divert, and in these days I am feeling very happy because सत्संग आपको बहुत खुशी देती है। जिंदगी में कुछ अच्छा करिए, जिंदगी में कुछ अच्छा बोलिए, जिंदगी में कुछ अच्छा व्यक्ति को करना चाहिए, जिंदगी में कोई किसी का नहीं है। ओके, सो ऑलवेज फ्रॉम आवर साइड आई विल ट्राई टू डू समथिंग बेटर फॉर यू ऑल। एंड फिर मैं आपसे कहूँ कि अगर मैं कुछ बोलता हूँ तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं उपदेश दे रहा हूँ आपको, मैं उपदेश देने वाला आपका कोई नहीं। हम सब भाई भाई हैं, कुछ हमसे बड़े हैं, कुछ हमसे छोटे होंगे, कुछ रिस्पेक्टेड हैं। तो आप सबके चरणों में मेरा बहुत बहुत प्रणाम। जिंदगी में किसी को बुरा मानने से अच्छा है अच्छा मान लो, क्या पता उसकी मजबूरी हो बुरा करना। फ्रॉम आवर साइड always we people should fixed one thing in our mind that no, I will not claim anyone, I will not say wrong to anyone। हम अगर किसी को बुरा कहने से क्या मिलता है, किसी को अच्छा कहे तो ना, सब तो उसे बुरा कह ही रहा। So not need to judge anyone। And lastly I would like to make a point, instead of judging other, always we people should judge ourselves। हमको अपने आप को जज करना चाहिए। If I am making this video on this particular topic, so directly and or indirectly I am judging myself also। Okay, if you people are very intelligent, definitely will be able to understand what I am saying। इसी छंद बातों के साथ हम आपके चरणों में प्रणाम। आप सभी को मेरा प्यार भरा राधे राधे। जय श्री कृष्णा, जय माता।